now that I'm in my teacher view, I'm just going to show you one other thing. I'm going to show you the DocHub option, and this one I'll do is an announcement. So if you're somebody who wants to just do like class notes, and maybe you want to add this directions for them, like where you want them to put it. And I'll add a topic, and then I'm going to attach a PDF. I'm going to attach another PDF to it, pull something else from my drive. So again, I'm going to go through here like this, and I'm just going to search PDFs. And I'll put these in here, this little math document. I'm not really sure which class this is coming from, but it's coming from one of them. And I'm going to add this. So here's my flashcards PDF. And because I'm doing it as an announcement, it's not going to show up with that every student gets a copy, because they just send it into Cami. That's their copy, and you're not asking them to turn it back in. So I'm going to go ahead and click. I'm not quite sure what I just clicked, so I'm going to hit post. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in to that account for you and show you what that looks like for a student to put that into DocHub. And you could do the same thing with Cami. It would be the exact same thing. You just have to do that, have students hit the move and have them put it into an appropriate subfolder that they've already created in their drive. All right, so let me sign into that account and I'll show you again what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into my my work, and it's not showing up because it's an announcement. So I'm going to go into the class stream, and my announcement's going to be sitting there for me to open up. So here's my announcement, class notes, add this to your Unit 1 folder. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So as a student, I open this up. I don't click this button right here. I click on the 3 dots and I say open a new window. And I'm going to say at the top, now that I'm in a new window, open with DocHub. Benefits to using DocHub are that DocHub allows you to insert pages, delete pages from a PDF. So it allows students to have some kind of like white space, specifically with this document. So I pulled this like math flashcards document, and there's not a ton of workspace for students. And if they really need to work out their math problems, being able to add in a blank page is super beneficial. So to do that, you'll see I have a slimmer annotation bar up here, but I can add text and I can add pen. I can change my pen color and size, all of the same things. I can't change the transparency of the pen like I could with Cami. So this highlighter tool does the same thing where you kind of like click and drag and then it's going to highlight. So it's like a highlight box. So if I click on this page control here, this is the nice feature of DocHub is that I can add a page like this. So I can say insert a blank page. I can also click on a page, and if I can right click on the page, I can rotate it. I can insert a blank page. I can upload it, insert a file in here, like I can add an image, or I could download an individual page, or I can delete it. So it really does have a couple of nice kind of advanced PDF tools, if you will, built in here, which is a nice tool. So now my student has a workspace and I can click and I can, workspace. Sorry, my handwriting on my screen is not awesome. But so now I have a workspace and I can do my math. So I can do my math. Okay. So that is DocHub. So then the same idea is that you're going to want students to have to put their document somewhere. So DocHub is a little bit different. You won't want to download or export. You don't want to send it. What you want to do is go under the actions. And I lied to you. I want to go, they made some changes. You want to go to the download and export. And then you want to say save to Google Drive. And then you can choose the folder that it's going to right here. This is nice. This is totally new. So they have a nice little submitted to Google Classroom button right here. Isn't that fancy? But since I don't want students to have to turn this in because it's a announcement, I could just have them navigate into their classroom folder. So if you've created those folders with your students, then those folders would show up to put your notes into. I haven't done that with this particular test student, but if we had done that as a proper workflow of creating the subfolders, then I'd be able to just dump it right into my subfolder. So definitely an awesome option for you guys to use Google Drive as a digital binder. So then I'd move it there and I'd put it into that folder. So if I just go from my classroom, I can click on test class and then put it in there. If that was a subfolder, it would be there. I can change the file name if I wanted to, and I can export it to Drive. Now, if I wanted to submit it to Google Classroom, I could just turn it back in through Google Classroom here. If your students are saving things, you don't need to do it through the share link because that's more of a teacher tool. If your students are saving it through their Drive, and if it was an assignment that they opened through here, it would already be in the subfolder. So if they're just saving the file back to the Drive, it would be doing the same thing that Cami would be doing on the back end. So if I had opened up, just show you this file for my student in DocHub rather than in Cami. So if I click on this, again, I don't want to open it in Cami. I click on the three dots and I say open a new window. I know it's one more step, but it's a worthy step because it gives you these options and it does all of the right filtering for your students. And I click on the open with, and on this time I'll open it with DocHub. It'll open up the DocHub, it'll save it. Now, both of these tools, like Cami and DocHub, are automatically saving to their own servers. So then that push to Drive is going to make it go up to where the changes will be synced and the teacher can see it. So I'm going to add some color to this. There we go. I was going to say it's not green. And then I'm going to click on my three dots up here in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to again say download and export. I want to save it to Drive. And then this file, again, should have gone in from there. So I'll say edit. And I'll make sure that I export it to the right folder. So I wanted it to go in the classroom folder. This is from the Village Chromebook one. And then it should go here. My worksheet's already there. But I should have a folder in here for notes or whatnot. And I can save those changes back. So just making sure that you're navigating where those changes go. Your teacher will be able to see those changes. So now, again, if I went back to here, to where my student opened the file, those new changes would be on top of that for my teacher to be able to see those. So that's using some PDF tools. Again, the native form to want to use these tools in would be using a Google Docs editor format, but it's not always possible. And so these are two options for you to be able to use some PDF tools.